In the last episode, I arrived in Kyrgyzstan, from where I would start my next 6-month-long bike trip, and the first thing I wanted to do was to cross the KOCHOR pass, which would have led me up to 3,700 meters above sea level, but on my way up I felt a weird sore throat due to an infection that I most likely caught in a hostel in Bishkek. And as also snow started to build up more and more, I decided that it might be better to head down again and get some rest before I tackle some more mountains again. So I get myself a room in a guest house in Tokmok and drank tea for the next couple days until I felt I would be ready to hit the road again. So in this episode my plan is to cycle from Tokmok to Lake Song-Kul, which sits at about 3,000 meters above sea level and is the second biggest lake in Kyrgyzstan.
First day back on the bike and the conditions are like splendid. It's got a nice little tailwind, I'm going slightly uphill and the sun is shining, it's perfect. And the road condition is like really good actually.
Good road conditions also usually means more traffic. But it was kinda okay and I kept following the river Chui until I was soon surrounded by beautiful mountains. At some point I crossed the river and started now heading up a road towards the KOCHOR pass until it started to get dark. So I got off the main road and followed this gravel track until I would find a nice spot to pitch my tent.
Nice! So, this is gonna be the spot for tonight. I'm back on the main road now. I keep climbing up that hill. I think it's 10 kilometers more. And yeah, the road is good, but they drive like crazy here sometimes. They overtake in like the worst kind of situations. And just as the sun is coming out, it's getting a lot more warm now. I think I will take off my pants. I really like my underpants, not my pants in general. But yeah, you know what I mean, like. So it is much better now. Gonna wait for this truck to pass and then re-roll again. Woo-hoo. What the fuck? You see this Coke bottle stuck to the wheel? What the fuck? Top of the pass, 2,160 meters, and now we'll be downhill again. Yes! Just parked my bike here because I want to show you something that's really beautiful. Woo-hoo-hoo. Look! Isn't that beautiful? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Eventually I reached the town KOCHOR, and at the first shop with fruits and vegetables I stopped to stock up my supplies because outside of bigger towns it can be really tricky to find fresh food, especially if you want to avoid meat.
I bought so much vegetables and fruits. I feel like I'm a rolling supermarket.
On the edge of the town, I stopped at a gas station to get my petrol bottle refilled, so I asked this lady to refill my bottle and I would give her some money. And it was all good, but things got a little bit out of control. And just to clarify, that wet part on my pants, it's not pee.
Get petrol, but the lady lost control of the hose and I got spilled with petrol on my shoes and my pants. But it's okay, I think I will be fine. It's gonna dry quite quick. Just, I gotta be careful with fire now, otherwise it will be like a candle.
Thanks to the opportunity that I had to buy a lot of fruits yesterday, I could start the day with a very nice fruity breakfast. But then it happened. As I packed my bike stand decided to end its life here, and now I had to DIY a new stand for my bike. Fortunately there were a lot of wood around and I found one perfect stick, that I decided to turn into a bike stand. After a while I got some company by this old man who was actually here to just keep an eye on his cattle, but I think he found it quite amusing to see a German building a bike stand from wood.
I've got the stick now, basically a new bike stand. I think it's gonna last forever, unless I lose it. Brilliant! So, let's keep rolling.
And soon I would find myself again surrounded by mountains, following this river more and more up, and had quite some fun exploring the local bridges. This one, for example, that sparked my curiosity.
So this bridge is built by the highest security standards. As you can see, it's very safe. You can't really fall off the bridge, I guess. It's got a nice swing and it makes you conscious about every step you do. Pretty decent, I guess. The bigger the feet, the easier it is. I would give it a 7 out of 10. Could be way worse. Okay, let's get back to the bike. Yeah. That's how it is sometimes. Some of these dogs are kind of like cute while they chase you, and some of them are really like scary because they're really big and apparently really angry.
On the very last kilometer on this road with asphalt, I suddenly noticed a truck which about matched my speed. So after a friendly wave, I saw this as a unique opportunity for a little bit of truck surfing.
Ooh. That was nice. I think I held on like for almost 2 kilometers. Occasions like this are very rare, so you gotta take that chance because it's quite fun. Anyway, so now I will get off this road because I will go now to the lake Song-Kul. Really excited for less traffic, beautiful views, and yeah, let's see what's ahead. So good to be off from the main road. So calm and so beautiful here. So there may be one more village, I guess, in like 2 or 3 kilometers according to the map, but it looks very small, so I don't know what they have. But if they have water, I will get definitely water, because there will be no water for the next, I don't know, next couple of days maybe. The village Tolok, and I'm trying to find now once more a shop, restock water and a couple snacks, maybe some bread. So just managed to get some more water, some bread, 2 more eggs, chocolate. Yeah, I think I should be fine with that. And chili powder. Hello! I'm rolling out of that village, and I just had a conversation with one guy with Google Translator, and he was a bit concerned about me, and because it's gonna be really cold and maybe there's snow. But I told him like I'm prepared, so eventually he believed me. Let's just see if I'm believing in myself rightfully too. But anyways, it's really beautiful here. The landscape is really cool here. So I will keep following that road now until it gets dark, and then just pitch my tent, because I think there will be like plenty of perfect spots to camp.
Something that I didn't really thought of was that if I leave the main road, I would encounter more properties like farms, and along with livestock farming also comes dog keeping. And as we all know, dogs and cyclists aren't always the best match.
They seem to be okay. Well, maybe not. Just chill. Just ignore them. Funny thing about this situation is there was just a person who saw me and how the dog started barking and running after me. The person just went inside and just didn't care. So yeah, I think soon will be the right moment to find a spot to camp. So it's getting dark and I need a spot to camp, and I think what I see down there looks pretty decent to use for tonight. Just need to find a way to get down here maybe. It's gonna be hard to get up again, but there's no other way. Going down is always easy. Coming up tomorrow, that will be the challenge. But I think it's alright. It's not too long. It's not that far, so should be okay. Whoa. It's easier with two hands. That's the downside of the selfie stick thing here. Insta 360.
Eventually I found a calm spot at the river that was free of horse poop, and in the next morning I had horses roaming around on one side and a friendly farmer on his horse with his cattle on the other side, some car wrecks more or less placed carefully into the river for whatever reason, and I was slowly getting my bike packed up again. By the way, this is how the magic stick bike stand works. You place it under the struts of the rear rack, and with an elastic cord and a cord lock, you pull the front brake, and what you get is a really stable standing bike. Once everything was packed, I kept rolling through the valley until finally the actual climb started, and my approach was work smarter, not harder.
You can see behind me is a gravel road, which goes actually around that hill and comes up over there again. And I just spotted here this trail that probably the farmers would use. And it's way more steep, but the ground is way nicer, because on the actual road there's so many rocks, which makes cycling also really hard. So I think it's like a win-win situation. Let's see if I can push it up here. Yeah. Nice. I guess I really like the idea of those shortcuts. They're hard as well, but you know, like I said, the gravel is like really tough to cycle on, and the grass is actually quite nice. I have quite a good grip with my feet, so I can push quite well. And it's quite a nice change of movement actually as well. So I think I will do again another shortcut here, which saves me another, I don't know, 400 meter maybe. So yeah, I'm gonna use these opportunities to cut it short and have some fun, I guess. Yes. Oh. Whoa.
At some point it became too steep to cut between the zigzags, and what was first considered smarter became now what was harder. So I hopped back on the bike, and from now on I was cycling again.
I'm at 3,070 meter of altitude right now, and I think it's lunchtime now. I'm getting really hungry. I'm running out of energy, so I need some food. But look what I found! Perfect in time. Let's
so good inside here. It's a bit more warm, not too much though, but at least it's protected from the wind. And I can just sit, relax and eat something that's really nice, have a break. Nice. Okay, finished my lunch. Now I'm gonna clean this pot and I will cook some water, or at least I will boil it, you know, so I can drink it later. Because you never know, there's a lot of like horse shit, I guess. And yeah, so it's better to make sure there's everything dead inside of that water. Okay. That was a really good lunch break. I'm ready to hit the road again. So now it's time to use my absolute secret weapon against cold hands. These are my POOGIES, which I made. They're pretty cool. Outside I've got like a rain jacket material. Inside is a very fluffy fleece, and in between those rain jacket and fleece it's like sandwiched another layer, which is like somewhat like sleeping bag material, but it's made from wool, so yeah, you'll get some really premium POOGIES. And yeah, they're gonna keep my hands warm. And the idea is then you just go in with your hands here and you will be protected from the wind. So, okay, let's go. It's actually quite interesting of how much there can be a difference between how much power the legs can bring onto the pedals. Before the break I was kinda really struggling, but now I felt like supercharged and I was ready for whatever would come. So I'm at about 3,200 meters above sea level. Snow is building up, but this time I'm not going to turn around because, as you can see, there's a car coming down, so that's pretty good sign that the road is passable. So I think what you can see up there, that's probably the saddle of the pass. So I'm almost there, kind of. That's where I came from. I gotta do one more winding thing here, and then I think it's just like 1.5 kilometers more, so I'm almost there. And yeah, the plan is to camp on top of the pass, of course, because I assume it's flat there. I'm doing the last push now, and just now the road is covered in snow, but I think it's gonna be okay. It's not that far. I think it's like 400 meters more. But check the situation looks like this. I guess I just keep the speed steady, avoid changing directions, and I assume as soon as I would get on the other side of the saddle, the snow will be gone again, because here the sun pretty much never gets to shine. Lack of oxygen. Woohoo! Yes! God's sake! I'm on top! And then eve before sunset. What a dream! I parked my bike here on that metal pole, and I need to check what's going on there, because it looks like it's fenced up. No, I didn't cycle up here to go just now down again, because there is a gate that's closed now. No. I will find a way. Ah, okay. I just pushed the gate open and it's it. Okay, nice. Check this. Kalmak Ashu Pass, 3,447 Just as the sun went down, the wind started to pick up like crazy, and setting up the tent with this wind wasn't the easiest task, but I made it. I just had to kick the horse poop to the side and then pegged out the guidelines to make the tent really secure in that wind, so I spent the night here at 3,440 meters above sea level.
It was a weird night. I didn't really sleep much. I mean, I slept, I was sleeping, but I was dreaming so much, but I was consciously dreaming, so it was very strange. Anyways, I could hear all the time like fine snow, so I assume there's a lot of snow now outside, or not maybe a lot, but a little bit. I have no idea what time it is. My phone is dead. I've got an iPhone, so whenever it's cold, it's just dying really, really fast. So I don't even bother charging it because I don't have reception anyway, so let's go. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, yo. Not a lot of snow, but it's snow. I think today is the time to get out the ski goggles because, yeah, I will have headwind, it's snowing, and at -2 degrees. Kinda alright, but the wind is quite a strong one. So,
with the wind and snow in my bag, I packed my tent away, and well wrapped, I was now ready for the descent down to the lake. I knew it might be quite bumpy, but I was hoping that the snow would kinda make the road condition a bit more smooth, but unfortunately it didn't really give much of an effect. It was still quite like rolling down a washboard.
Bumpy roads! You don't know what's underneath the snow. It's always like a surprise lane that you take. You think like, oh, maybe that's good, and then it's like bumpy.
And the closer I got to the lake, the more the snow disappeared, and soon there wasn't any traces of snow anymore.
This place is wild. Like, I can choose one of many roads, and the scenery is like awesome. We've got these mountains on the right side, and the lake on my left side. So I'm not quite close to the settlement, but looks like here is like literally nobody. But anyways, according to my map, there's supposed to be a water well. Let's see if I can find that. According to the map, it should be here, and I can also see something that looks like something built, something artificial, but I'm not sure what it is. If it's working. Well, I think no. At least it was accurate. It's just not up to date. I don't think it's gonna give me water. So, no water. Okay. But I think like if those people who sometimes live here, they need water too. They could take it from the lake, but they would always have to boil it, which is a lot of kind of extra work. So I looked around and I found this. That sounds good. I don't know how long I was supposed to pump. I don't think it's working. At least I was pumping now for like almost a minute. No sign of water. So I guess there's just no water. At least at this pump. Maybe there will be more pumps. Maybe one of those pumps will work. I will find out. Here's the water which I carry since yesterday. Still good, but very cold. There was just ice today inside. So it was like a slushy. Now it's liquid again, but it's still very cold.
So, no water for me here, but at least the swing was working. And now I just kept following the shore of the lake and hoped to find water somewhere else.
I've just spotted a yurt with people. So I'm gonna ask them if they have water. Might be lucky. Hello? Do you have water? Water? Yeah?
Hello.
Hello?
Tea?
Tea? Chai?
Chai, chai.
Yeah. Thank
Oh.
you.
Where are you from? Germania.
Yes, Germania. That was really nice. They invited me for tea, which was really cool. I didn't film the moment inside because I felt like it was kind of wrong to do that. But yeah, it was really nice. There was an elderly grandma, a little child, the young mother, and 2 men. And yeah, it was really, really nice, really warm and cozy. Anyways, now I keep heading along the lake, and I think soon I will be like in snow. And as you can see in front of me, it looks quite dark. I guess that's snow. I will see. So yeah, let's go there. Now I've got another challenge. I need to cross that little stream here. It looks like easy. I mean, it kinda is, but also not in the same time. Okay, let's try it. Camera set up, so if I fail, you will be my witness. Okay. Yeah. Yeah! I made it. Okay, so I decided to leave the lake because the lady at the yacht explained me, depending on which road I take onwards from now on, it's gonna be really shit or kind of good. So I decided to follow her advice, and I'm climbing up again a pass, which is almost finished. You can see over there at the top, and once I'm there, it's gonna be downhill until I hit back a main road and a village and civilization, basically. So yeah, this was just another, let's say, 340 meter climb off from the lake up to here. And yeah, it's getting dark soon. It's snowing a little bit. Okay, so here we are. Made it to the top. I have no idea what's the name of this pass. Whoa, this downhill looks sick now. Okay. Gotta put on my jacket because, as you know, when you go downhill, you do nothing. Just sit, wait, and get cold. So, gotta wrap myself up really nicely. And next I will put on my ski goggles. They are really a game changer, I think. I used to cycle without things like this, but also not so much in like those type of super cold conditions. But it's really great because it feels like you have a windshield in front of your face. I mean, which you literally do. And this just really keeps you warm around your eyes. It's really good.
That evening I rode down pretty much the whole thing and pitched my tent once I found a good flat spot.
I'm flying! By the way, this time I've got an extra large mattress. I've got the THERMAREST X-Term rectangular extra large, and it's like absolutely a game changer for me. Because my old mattress was just basically the same length as I have, so my feet would always end up a little bit on the ground. But this one is, I think, 1.96 meters, so it's like 12 centimeters longer than I am, which is like great, especially when it's really cold. And this one has an R value of 7.2, which is crazy. Highly recommended. But yeah, it's a little bit more bulky. That's the volume packed. It's pretty small actually.
Once back on the gravel road, I was passing some farms again, and I was already waiting for the dogs to come sprinting at me, but they seemed to be busy, roaming around with the farmer and the cattle, so nothing really happened. I only met pacifistic horses, and eventually, after a couple kilometers, I reached the ASPHALT again, which I somehow love but hate in the same time. One of the biggest downsides of cycling on ASPHALT is you're sharing the road with some really dirty trucks.
What the fuck? Whew.
So with some headwind, I kept just following the road until I made it to a city called CHAEK. I guess that's the way to pronounce it, I'm not sure. Here I spontaneously decided to get a room for one night, which turned out to be the absolute bang for the buck. For €8 I had this room for myself, could take a shower, charge my stuff, and even breakfast was included. But here this episode ends. So stick around for the next episode. cheers and bye bye.